Hey everybody. Thank you for joining. If you don't know us, we're the Future Perfect Project, and we believe that the artistic expression of LGBTQA plus young people is a declaration of a better future for us all. We have a very special guest who I'm about to let in, Grace Kuhlenschmidt. Here we go. Here we go. Hello! It's a party.
It's a party.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. It was good meeting you earlier today and talking to you right now.
That was a pleasure, and I think this will be too.
I think inevitably this will also be a pleasure. So as we wait for more people to trickle in, just a little bit about us. I'm so glad you're here because I know a lot of queer young people follow you and look up to you. I know it's a lot to take in, but they do. And I just hope that they can find us and find us as a resource. We offer free arts programming for queer youth ages 13 to 19, which I love. And I also hear my voice a little echoing back in
Wait,
here.
I turned you down. I can put in headphones too.
Do you mind doing that?
Not at all.
I just I can hear the sound of my voice once, but twice is like...
Oh, totally.
I was like, I sound kind of weird. Anyhow, I'm so glad you're here because I think you're really going to inspire the young people that we work with. And
Thank you.
I think the people that follow you are really going to like what we do.
Okay.
Did it work? Okay, are we back? Are we in business?
Am I here?
You're a little here. It's a little froze.
Okay, am I back?
Okay, you're back. You're back.
Cool.
You're back. Okay, so thanks again for joining.
Absolutely.
The way we introduce ourselves in our workshops is kind of fun, and I feel like we should do it now.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so I'll start. We say our name, our pronoun, where we are, like in the universe, and how we're feeling. And I kind of am feeling the same way every time I do this, so
Okay.
I'm just going to kind of repeat what I always say. Okay, I'm Emma, and she's feeling squiggly in Philadelphia.
Oh my god, what the fuck? Wait, first of all, am I allowed to curse?
Yeah, do whatever you want.
Okay, but I'm gonna curse less for the record.
Okay. I mean,
okay, cool. I feel like that's child appropriate.
That is child appropriate, but like, I was cursing when I was 13, so.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Okay, that was such a fun word you chose. Okay, I'm Grace, she, her, currently in Washington, D.C., and I'm feeling loopy.
Loopy and squiggly? Okay,
Yeah.
amazing. Kind of the same page.
Definitely.
So, I love that you are how do you identify lesbian straight comedian, or is it straight lesbian comedian?
Well, I'm a lesbian, but it does say, I have kind of posted straight lesbian everywhere, and that's something that I deal with my God.
Okay, so what does that mean to you as a lesbian person?
Yeah, no, I'm fully lesbian, but I think what it means is that, I was straight for 19 years, and I think that I so often think men are hot.
Yes.
But I'll never, I don't see myself, going on those actions anymore, ever again. But I have to include it because I don't want it taken away from me.
Right. You don't want to lie.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's such an interesting, and all right, not to delve into your work, but we are going to delve into your work.
Please.
You and everyone who's here knows you and loves you, but you make such hilarious videos that you have to be kind of 3 levels deep in queerness to understand sometimes, which I love. And so I love that you honor the first 19 years of your life when you were straight, and you're
Thank you.
honoring the gay part now.
Yeah.
What does like what do labels mean to you in queerness? Like mean to you? Do you like labels? Are you
hmm
anti?
Well, I'm kind of conflicted about it because I really like labels. But I'm also lucky that I know how I identify. And
Right.
maybe that will fucking change, and I'll look back on this and be like, I can't believe I said that.
I
But
can't
I
believe I said I
do.
was a lesbian on TV.
How embarrassing. When it's not hip anymore, and I go back
hmm
on my word.
Not cool to be
Um,
gay.
but I know that like so many people don't like labels, and I feel like that is like important, and that's why I like the word queer so much, obviously, because it does feel really all encompassing.
hmm
And it's also like I feel like it's a friendly word, whereas some people think lesbian is harsh. I'm like, lesbian seems harsh. That seems like
Yeah, it is 3 syllables.
it feels kind to me.
Lesbian feels kind to you.
The word feels kind to me.
Lesbian can be a hug if in the right context.
That's what I think.
But I'm someone who, so I'm gay too. I'm like scared of the word lesbian, which we can unpack at a later time.
Sure.
Um, and as one of the faces of this organization, I feel guilty saying that. But also, I want people watching to know that like young adults that seemingly like have their stuff together and like create gay art, like are
hmm
still IDK about their identity. Like they're still figuring it out. And like I'm a gay woman who like still finds men hot, and I'm like, do I have to alert the presses that we're
Sure.
like, do we have to change everything? So that's just something that goes through my head.
Thanks
So
for sharing that.
yeah, kind of vulnerable, kind of crazy. But I think the thing I love about the 13 to 19 year olds that we work with is that like they aren't as scared to change as people our age are. Like they're like, oh, I was this
hmm
last week, and like I'm trying this week, and I don't know about you, but I'm like so desperately scared of change sometimes.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I also just think it's so like I don't know, what a cool thing to grow up in this time where like being gay is so cool because I mean like I don't know, I'm not that old. I'm 25, but like I don't feel like it was cool to be gay.
No, it was like, why would you join the GSA if you weren't gay,
Well, that's why I think okay,
or in general?
when you and I were talking earlier about like I didn't feel like I was a lesbian when I was younger because there's two lesbians I knew. One was a priest at my parents' church, and the other was the theology teacher at my like Catholic high school, and they were both so sweaty and gross.
Oh my God. Well, I just want to, for everyone watching, it is okay to sweat. It's
That's true. Wait,
it's okay to
thank you.
sweat. You
I
are
go,
kind
oh
of
my
like,
God,
you're a role
I
model,
can't
so
believe
you
I
just
said
have to be
that.
careful. um, no, but like I know what you're saying. I think there's so many different types of queerness and like so many different sub communities within the gay umbrella that it's not like my grandma's gay, and so like I was always like,
Cool.
well, I don't. Nothing about me is like grandma, but I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
it is. Like I
hmm
guess I am like grandma, but yeah, it's weird. Like I had that as an example, and then like yeah, that's really interesting. Like I guess where did you grow up? Like did you have a lot of queer people around you other than the priest? Like when did you first hear like, oh my God, there are gay people?
My mom had a like her like best friend who I thought growing up he was gay, but then he kind of got kicked out of our family because he said something rude to my he like called my brother like chubby at one time and my brother overheard it and then like my mom was like you're never coming over again.
Oh my
So
God.
that's so now I hate gay men.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
exactly.
um Lesbians, it was like just those two people and then there were like some openly queer people. I went to an all girls high school, but like they just weren't in my circle at all. And like, to be a bitch, like I like cared so much about looks and like popularity, and they were like more introverted.
Right. I understand that. I can't name a single like cool gay kid from my high school, which is like crazy because am I gay? Am I allowed to be here? I guess. Someone just commented that and asked.
Yeah, you're allowed.
I'd say so. This is a very gay space. Um And now I came out to my sister who's 16, but when I came out to her, she was like, okay, everyone in my grade's bi, like you're not special, pretty much. So it's just like interesting how that's changed.
Yeah.
So we were talking a little bit about this earlier. I know it's hard to pinpoint, but is there a moment where you're like, ooh, I'm different. I like am queer. Something is in me.
Like, yes and no, because I always was like more masculine and also just have always been chubby. And so I feel like I always portrayed like not super feminine, and I always knew that because like people made it like super aware to me. Like moms were like my friends' moms were always like so mean. It was like really bizarre.
Oh
Yeah.
no, like about like your like aura, like
Yeah,
who's
I
your
feel like
lesbian friend?
they didn't think I was like feminine enough to hang out with. I grew up in LA. It was like so
Oh,
pretentious.
I was gonna ask, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
interesting. Because when you said like the only two people that were gay were priests, I was like, okay, we're like in the Midwest, which I can say because I'm from the Midwest.
Okay, sure. We're in the Midwest.
Chicago,
Oh, cool, cool. Hey,
Lakeview,
like in the city or where?
in Lakeview, in Boys Town.
What the hell? How fun.
Yeah, it was fun, and still didn't
Cool.
know I was gay. I lived in the gay neighborhood in Chicago and still didn't know.
That's amazing. I love Boys Town. I was there for 3 years.
The best. We'll
But
talk. We'll chat. We'll
anyways,
chat. Wait,
yeah, of
someone said
course.
tag yourself as gay in high school. I'm the shy and anxious gay. That's okay. And then Dylan said I'm the
You
super
know,
hot and cool and sexy and smart one. Listen,
okay, cool.
all great for you. All experiences are welcome, I
And I
guess.
was the like ironically on the softball team. I thought it was so cool
Oh,
that I was on the softball team and was straight. I was like, this is hilarious.
you're cosplaying. You're LARPing.
Yeah. I was like, I'm like such an ally.
Oh my gosh. I feel like that is a lot of people, queer people's journeys. Like, I just really care for some reason about the gay people, and I can't put my little finger on it.
Yeah, exactly. But wait, what was your question again?
Oh, when did you know you were queer? Like, you were playing softball, and
Oh
like
yeah.
all of the moms were like, "You're not girly enough." But like,
Mm-hmm.
when did it click? Like, something is up with me. Not
I
something's
don't,
up, but like something's different about me, and like people don't get me.
yeah, well, I'm not really sure because I just was so, not in a sad way, but I was so repressed in my sexuality just because I was like obsessed with fitting in and being cool. So, like, going to an all girls Catholic high school, I was like, I have to be boy crazy. Like, I have to, like, be constantly talking about my crush. So, really, like, the moment I hit college, it was like, I went to a cool liberal arts school, everyone was gay. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, cool, let's do it.
Right, right. It's almost like once you have permission,
That's all I
like
needed.
the gay.
I needed to see like one queer person smoke weed, and I was like, all right, cool, let's go.
You're like, okay, my people. I I wonder if you felt like this. I thought I was doing so many gay things in high school, but I was like, I'm not gay. I'm just straight and funny. Did you feel that?
Yeah, I think so. I just don't think I thought that I could even be gay in high school. Like it just so wasn't on. It didn't matter what I was Googling late at night. It
Right,
didn't like or like rewatching the same gay episode of Skins every fucking day. It was like I just couldn't be. There's no way.
right. Not me. Just an
No,
ally.
not me.
When did you was your comedy always super straight lesbian charged, or were you just doing like regular old comedy to begin? Like when did you involve queerness in your art?
Yeah. Let's see. I did comedy. So I came out my like essentially end of my sophomore year of college, and I did comedy my sophomore year. So like I guess there was no queer anything then. But then like once I came out, I feel like, but it was pretty slow. Like I have some like stand up from college where I don't talk about like, and I'm like I did like a set about like whales one time. You know what I mean? I was
Oh,
just like trying
okay.
to avoid that will never be released for the record.
Okay. You can join my Patreon, and for $10 a month,
Yeah,
you can have
exactly.
access to that clip.
But I think more and more, there was one point where this is so embarrassing. I literally told my mom, like, don't worry, mom, like, not all of my comedy is gonna be about being gay. And now it's like literally, and not because my mom like was like, don't make it about gay. Just
Oh
like
my
I
gosh.
told her that to like feel better about myself when I came out.
Huh. Do you feel like you had a community around you when you came out other than college? Or I guess the college one is good too, like including
Yeah, I
college.
was in college. Yeah, so that was like really cool. I feel like it made me, yeah, being gay, like coming out was the best thing because I was like, it was just cool to be gay, and it still is, and I'm hyped about it.
Yeah, it really like if you are in a place geographically where it's not cool, and even I was in high school, I went to a very open high school, but it was still not cool. Like it really changes the game once the
Hmm.
cool factor is there.
Yeah, no, exactly. I wonder so much what high school could have been like if I was out, but I've no idea.
Well, it was an all girls high school, so like
I know, but I
opportunities.
wonder now if at the same high school there are like out
Right.
people.
Well,
So,
I recently reached out to my high school because when it's not a pandemic, we like our organization will go to high schools and GSAs around the country
mhm,
and like meet queer
cool.
people and like do workshops with them. And I was like, does my school even have a GSA? Like I knew we did, but like it's changed its name. It's like popular now. I'm like, okay, everything's okay. And I feel like speaking of like we're talking about gender now, I decided.
Hmm.
Speaking of
Okay,
like
cool.
being like the masculine friend, like so many people I talk to are like, oh, if I had the language in high school and when I was growing up, like who knows how I would identify.
Hmm.
And I just like wonder if me like asking like, do you have any gender things you want to comment on? But actually, what do you think about like gender expression versus sexuality? Like
Yeah.
how do you express yourself as a
Yeah.
straight lesbian?
Well, okay, you know the like types of lesbian that are like they're all stereotypical and like they're not like cool. But you know, it's like butch, like and then like lipstick lesbian. Like I feel like I would identify as like a chapstick lesbian.
Same.
Hmm.
Like nose ring, but like just Glossier mascara, and that's it.
Yeah, no, exactly. 100, like spot on. And I like that term. I feel I like being femme when I want to be, and I like being more masculine when I want to be. But I don't personally have any like gender dysphoria or anything like that.
Just like I really like that about being a queer woman is like you can kind of enjoy that. You can enjoy like
Hmm.
expressing your sexuality through like your clothing and through your fashion and like not gender bending, but it is really cool. Like I've noticed a freedom since coming out. Like it's you don't even need to experience dysphoria to like play with your gender and your gender expression. Like
Hmm.
it's just like a cool thing that you can I don't know, it's like permission. Once you give yourself permission to not like compulsive heteronormativity, like
Yeah.
you have permission to not be so compulsive about everything else in your life,
I
in my
also feel
opinion.
like my like clothing style got better once I came out because things just made more sense. You
Right.
know, it's like, oh, that's why I only want to wear button downs. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, and it worked instead of before it was like you're wearing a button down, like, and like some leggings and some boots, and like you're trying to hook up a dude. It's like, oh
Right.
no,
I don't think they're gonna like that. And
a
I don't think
clash.
you should hang out with my children. That's horrible. I'm so sorry that happened to you.
I know, me too. It's okay though.
Um, okay, I'm looking through the other questions I have for you. Have you like come up against I guess haters and being so like you and being so authentic in your comedy and all your videos?
The only like hate that I've gotten is when people don't know that I'm being like doing satire.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So I've never gotten any like I don't think any like queer people have ever messaged me mad unless they like don't know that I am queer.
Oh, I meant like have you ever like I've come up against like luckily only really microaggressions, but like I don't know, there's a lot of people that could be watching this that are like in cities where they only have like their two gay priests and like are scared and they only come up against that hate. And I'm wondering like if you have had a similar experience recently.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
don't
wait,
think
so
so.
you're not based in DC, you're based in New York?
Yeah, my girlfriend lives here, so I like come down and she'll come back up and whatever.
Classic. So
I
those are
know.
two like gay friendly cities, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't feel like yeah, I'm pretty lucky. Like I was never I've yeah, I have a friend college who like came out before me and always seemed really confident in her sexuality, but like the word, I don't know if I should even say it, but DYKE, I don't know. I don't know how triggering that can be for people. Is
You
it?
can say it. You can say it.
I don't know. Okay. So some people dyke, like it really like it makes them like cringe because they're like, oh, I was called that in a mean way.
Oh,
And for me, I'm
I like
like,
took it. I'm
I
like,
don't
I
care.
love it. That's what I call myself.
I can't believe I just spelled it out. DYKE.
You're like,
And this is good.
can
We
I
should
say it in
actually
front
have
of the
a
children?
younger audience so we can teach kids how to spell.
Even though, again, at 13, I think I could spell too, but that's neither
Yeah,
here nor
true.
that's neither here nor there. Did you get to eat your 6 eggs? I don't know if this is an inside joke. Someone
Oh
commented on.
yeah. That's someone that's a friend I was DMing with. I did have to eat 6 eggs the other day.
Why?
I just needed to eat them
Okay, I've
before
no
I came to DC. I didn't want to bring eggs to DC.
right. I don't. I I don't need to question further about
No
that.
further questions.
So I'm glad that you haven't like come up against a lot of difficulty in coming out. Well, I feel like because you are a funny person and you like find humor in things, like I want to acknowledge that the kids at school's moms were horrible. And then I'm sorry that like your mom like tried to get you to make your comedy not gay all the time. What's the fun in that?
No, right, exactly. I mean, there's like always my parents rock, but like there's always gonna be microaggressions that I can either choose to like be pissed at them or choose to let slide. And, I let them slide because I love my parents and I know that they love me and they mean well.
So like if it comes from someone who you're like, I know you didn't mean it, it's like easy to let slide for you.
Wouldn't you say?
Oh, you're like, what do you mean? No, I would totally say the same thing. I think, yeah, we've been talking about like we work with all people all along the LGBTQI plus spectrum, and like there's this weird misconception that like someone's gonna get triggered if you misgender them, and it's like a lot of people I've talked to are like, if you correct yourself, and I know you didn't mean it to be malicious, like we're letting it slide. Like it's annoying, but we're letting it
Exactly.
slide. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I agree, and I hopefully that's helpful for folks that are watching and are like, I'm the only gay person I know. Like help. Like
Hmm.
it can be really hard to be like the gay teacher. Like I've been in situations with straight women where I have to like explain. Like, has that happened to you before? Like
Like needing to explain what gay is.
pretty much, or like
No, I believe
specific.
you.
Yeah.
I feel like before this I was working at a restaurant and obviously and there were times where like I had coworkers that were just like, so what is it to be like to be dating a girl? You're a girl. And I'm like, I don't know. I think probably the same as when you date a girl. And they're
Right.
like, I'm really gonna think about that.
Yeah. Like, wow, that really rocked my world.
Yeah, I leave and I'm like, I changed the world that day.
That was me. I guess you're wondering how I got at this restaurant.
Exactly.
Um, what is your favorite part about being queer, about being a lesbian who finds men attractive sometimes?
Hmm. My favorite part of being queer is, God, that's like such a funny question because I'm like, I could say so many things, but I don't know. I think the queer community is really cool. I feel like that's something that's been really fun. Like the prides that I've been to have been like just such a blast, and that's kind of a lame answer. I
I'm
love
here
to
for the
party.
parties.
The party scene is sick, so no. I don't know. I like that I can like I don't know. Talking about queerness in comedy comes really naturally to me. Like that's for sure. So I feel like that's probably been my favorite part. Is it something to talk about besides like I don't know. Well, I literally don't know what straight people do stand up about.
Um, I feel like everyone does stand up about therapy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
And
like straight or
that's a
gay.
yeah. That I mean that that can just be assumed.
That can just be assumed. That can just be assumed.
You
Um, was it always easy to be? I know you were saying like it took a while. What got you to a place where you could be queer in your comedy?
I don't remember being like, okay, I'm actually going to talk about gay today. Like,
Right.
I don't think that ever happened, especially because most of the comedy I was doing when I came out was improv. So it's kind of like, uh,
You
who
could be
knows?
gay and improv and not be gay.
Exactly. That's what's so fucking awesome about improv. And,
Yes, and
uh, but yeah, so I feel like nothing really held me back. I feel like it was easy. I was like, oh, once I'm gay, and now this is easier. This makes everything
first
funnier.
you come out, then you do stand up about being out.
I go, now they can really laugh at me.
Yeah, now they can really laugh at me. Do you have like it's hard because comedy's like always changing and stand up sets are always changing, but do you have like a comedy piece or a piece of art you're especially proud of?
Like kind of no. I don't, like I'm making all these videos online and they're so fleeting. Like I'll put it out, it either does well or it doesn't, and then that's kind of it. So, but there's a video I made recently that was really fun. It was like a parody of it was like a recipe for kale salad video, and I really liked it because it just came really naturally. And I made it with my girlfriend, and that was really fun.
Oh, it's fun that you can make videos together. If my
Yeah,
girlfriend's watching this, I'd love to do like a front cam video at some point together.
that's awesome.
Just calling her out in this conversation. Um, so you've had your journey from being straight on the softball team to making these openly gay as hell videos. There might be like a young baby Grace watching who's like, maybe I'm not just on. Okay, my girlfriend just said she's not making a video with me. She just commented.
Oh
That's okay.
no.
That's okay.
Oh no. Do you want us to stop the live?
Can I think about it?
Yeah.
We only have like
You just
three
let me
minutes left.
know.
We only have
I'll
3 minutes left.
fake sick anytime.
I know. I know, like maybe you'd be crying right now if that
Yeah,
happened to you, but I'm strong.
probably.
But do you the homophobia in the chat? This is like our most informal yet. I hope people are like getting stuff out of this.
I hope so. I hope people are coming out left and right.
I hope everyone's gay after watching this. Um, I'm wondering what advice you might have for someone who's like, I want to do what Grace does, because you're super confident, whether you feel that all the time or not. You're super confident in your videos and like you're a great role model to queer people that like want to do comedy.
Thank you. Can you hear the fire alarm going off?
I can, but say la vie, say la vie.
I'm good. Are you good? Okay, she got it. Okay, so my yeah, I would say that my take on that is to like pave your own path for like your own queerness, just because like what took me so long to come out was not like seeing anyone kind of like myself. Um and I feel, and you might not like that, just might not happen for a while,
Which is
so
scary.
but that's what's so cool about like the internet right now and quarantine, like all this content that's being created, like that is like the silver lining for me, is being like, oh, my video might like hit someone who's in like blah 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 state with blah 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 parents who aren't accepting of them and blah blah blah. So oh my god, oh, someone write that down.
Yeah. Are you getting this?
um
We are going to be posting this to our page after, so if anyone needs that
okay,
quote,
cool.
and
Yeah, exactly.
I will be adding closed captions, so I'll get to relive that.
Cool. Thanks for doing that.
I think that's so true. It's really like now I think I'm so unique. I'm like every lesbian. Like you're like chapstick. I'm like that's exactly what I am. Like Carhartt hat, like etc. So
Yeah.
it's hard to come out once you're old. I will say, hi from blah 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 state. I'm dying. I will say that one of our founders, Celeste, recently changed their name and started using they them theirs pronouns. So it's really never
Cool.
it's never and like I'm over here feeling scared to like be my full me. Like it's really never too late. So Katie Cakes,
Yeah.
I hope you feel validated by that and supported.
Also, like I think it's lame to say like like the fact that I even said like I came out at 19 and like that felt late to me. But like fuck that. Who cares? Like I, I see these 13-year-olds and I'm like, shut up. Yo, you're gay. Okay, cool. Brag much, you know?
It is, but it's so funny. Like I was working with middle schoolers and they were like, so in fourth grade, I thought I was this. And I was like, fourth grade, whoa. And it's so awesome. And I think I love that people are more comfortable coming out earlier. And I recognize that it could be harder because people can be so vicious at any age, but
Mm-hmm.
especially when you're young and you're inquisitive and you might like accidentally hurt someone. So it is really cool that people are out at 13, and I don't doubt that they might come up against like a bully.
Oh, duh. But it's also cool to come out at 77.
It's cool at any age. Well, thank you so much for your time tonight. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
making the silliest, gayest videos ever that we all
Thanks.
giggle at on our computers and our phones. And just a little bit about us. If you're watching and you like Grace and you're like, I want to be like Grace, I want to be out and I want a community to make my art with, we have that for you. We do free arts programming every single week, baby. And this Tuesday, we have Be More Chill star Steph Shu. I don't know if you're into Be More Chill culture, Grace, but Be More
I'll
Chill
look it
star
up. That sounds
Steph
cool.
Shu is doing a self-love workshop with me. And then Saturday, we're having a Halloween hang because I feel like taking Halloween away from gay people is homophobic. And so we are going to kind of flip the script on that. And we're having a celebration. You can come in costume and give us a follow because we want to support you. We want to help you amplify your voice and give you a place to meet other queer people and share your art so you can be the next Grace.
I love that. What are you going to be for Halloween?
I'm being Remy and my girlfriend's being Linguini.
Wait, what is linguine? Is that the chef?
That's the chef. People call him Ratatouille, and I'm like, girl,
That's so funny. Yeah, put them in their place.
I know. What are you being?
I haven't decided yet.
Maybe we could just be ourselves this Halloween.
Yeah, I hope so. I was thinking, oh wait, I actually I want little frog ears. Do you remember
Do frogs have ears? Aren't they just holes?
so that's what people keep telling me. That's what people
Okay.
keep telling me. Is that frogs don't really have ears. I'm like, they must. So, do you remember those plates that had animals on
Animal,
them?
what are they called? Planimals? Plate
I don't
animal?
remember.
I'm Googling it.
But anyways, like I kind of want to be a bat plate.
My Wi-Fi's off. That's interesting. We'll have to
That's
talk about
interesting.
this. We'll have to talk about this later. Oh, they're
Well, thank you
called,
so much. Zoop out. Someone commented it.
oh, Zoo Pals. Thank you, Dylan.
Yes, that's what I want to be.
I'm going to end this with this beautiful comment from Nicole, our friend and one of our participants who lives in Chile. I'm going to be an
Hey, Nicole.
anxious bisexual theater kid for Halloween. And I think that's beautiful. And
I
Nicole, I
love
hope
that.
you spend Halloween
Woo!
with us. And thank you again for your time. Hope to have you for a
Thank you.
workshop sometime soon.
Absolutely.
And I'll talk to you later.
Talk later. Bye.
Bye, everybody.